Hi everyone, I'm Marina, and today I'm going to give you a tour of Colmar, France, a city so fascinating that it has inspired fairy tales worldwide. My husband and I, along with our 5 kids, are going on a 6,500-mile road trip across Europe. We are going to visit 30 of the most popular and most beautiful cities in Europe. Many of them are ranked among the most stunning destinations in the world. Over the course of this journey, we'll discover which city deserves to be called Europe's best city, which famous destination is the biggest disappointment, and which hidden gem travelers are overlooking. We'll share our honest opinions of every place we visit and rank them from 1 to 30 based on our personal experience. Today we are exploring city number 5 on our trip across Europe. Colmar is located in northeastern France near the German border, 450 kilometers or 300 miles from Paris, about a 5.5-hour drive. The German border is just 13 miles or 20 kilometers away. This region of France is called Alsace. The region is surrounded between rolling vineyards and the foothills of the Vosges Mountains. The Alsace region is famous for having dozens of villages that look like they were pulled right out of a fairy tale. Alsace has become famous as one of Europe's most magical landscapes. The main decorations are thousands of half-timbered houses. Many date back from the 15th and 16th centuries. The Middle Ages were the golden age of half-timbered architecture. The visible wooden beams are actually the building's structural skeleton. They look handmade. Nothing is straight. You'll notice slightly leaning walls, uneven roof lines, irregular windows, and hand-carved beams. Almost every house has wooden shutters, often painted in contrasting colors. Before modern windows, shutters helped regulate temperature and protected windows during storms. Some of the most famous fairy tales in the world, like Beauty and the Beast, Pinocchio, Cinderella, and others resemble these towns. Over time, the half-timbered style architecture became shorthand for storybook villages. Alsace is full of fairy tale villages. In the center is Colmar, its masterpiece, the vibrant heart of the region where the magic begins. The population of Colmar is 70,000. It escaped major destruction during both world wars. Much of its medieval and Renaissance architecture remains intact. The canals are one of the main reasons Colmar feels so different from other medieval towns. Petite Venise is the heart of Colmar, a picturesque canal district creating one of the most photographed areas. Flower-lined canals, colorful houses, and small bridges create a romantic and unique atmosphere. Thousands of flower boxes decorate windows, balconies, and bridges from late spring through summer. Colmar has won several awards in France's national flower competitions. It maintains these displays as a part of the community spirit. The bridges spanning the canals of Colmar are among the city's most enchanting features. Small stone and wrought iron pedestrian bridges offer postcard-perfect views in every direction. Next to the main bridge, we have the covered market. The location was chosen so farmers could arrive by boat and unload their products directly at the market. It's a great place to experience local life and taste regional specialties. You'll find cheeses, pastries, fresh bread, charcuterie, wines, chocolates, and some restaurants. You can also buy picnic supplies and eat by the canal. One of the oldest public buildings in Colmar is Koïfhus, the old customs house. Built in 1480, it reflects Colmar's prosperity as a trading city. Surrounding the building are 3 historic squares. These are Colmar's busiest public spaces. They are surrounded by colorful buildings, medieval architecture, and lively cafes. There are different seasonal events that make it a focal point for both residents and visitors. Here is a quick highlight of the area. One of the most famous buildings in Colmar is Maison Pfister, a famous house built in 1537. It's a perfect example of Renaissance architecture. A beautiful octagonal turret, painted murals, and carved wooden galleries decorate the home. It represents the wealth of Colmar's merchant class during the Renaissance. 1 block from the Maison Pfister is St. Martin's Catholic Church. It's often called the Colmar Cathedral, although it has never been the seat of a bishop. It's one of the largest Gothic churches in Alsace. It's built from Vosges sandstone. Another interesting building in Colmar is Maison de Têtes. Its name means House of Heads. The facade is decorated with more than 100 sculpted faces, making it one of the city's most distinctive buildings. The old town of Colmar is very compact and is easily explored on foot. Something you don't see are power lines or very many cars. It helps preserve and slow down the pace of exploring the city. Colmar was the birthplace of Frederick Auguste Bartholdi. He designed the Statue of Liberty. A replica of the famous statue stands in his honor at one of the city's entrances near the airport. Many souvenir shops around town sell mini statues as well. Just outside of the old town, we have Parc du Champ de Mars, Colmar's Central Park. It's a very lively park and lovely green space for strolls, picnics, and local events. Four miles or 7 kilometers south of Colmar, we have Eguisheim, often considered the most picturesque village in Alsace. While nearby Colmar feels like a small medieval city, Eguisheim feels like you've stepped into a living fairytale village. There are only about 1,600 residents in the village. This is the second most popular town people visit in Alsace. One of its unique features is the circular street layout. Instead of a grid of streets, Eguisheim was built as 3 circular rings surrounding a central castle. Eguisheim is one of the best preserved circular villages in Europe. In 2013, it was also voted France's favorite village, bringing it international recognition. In the center of the village is Place du Château Saint-Léon. This is the main historic central square of Eguisheim. The centerpiece of the square is the beautiful Saint-Léon fountain. It's one of the most photographed places in the village. Built in the Renaissance, the octagonal stone fountain dates back to 1557. It's nearly 470 years old. For centuries, it supplied fresh water to the residents of the village. It was essential infrastructure. One of the most memorable ways to experience the charm of Alsace is by staying in a traditional half-timbered house. We may have found the best one. It was in this village, right on the square. Besides having the best location, the view from the apartment was the real treat. You could see the square and a fountain from the windows. In the evening, the crowds disappear and it gets extremely peaceful and quiet. We felt like we were part of another era. We will leave a link in the description to the rental. Something else we could see from the windows were the storks. The white stork has also become a beloved symbol of Alsace. There are hundreds of storks nesting on rooftops, chimneys, and special nesting platforms. Stork sculptures, souvenirs, and decorative motifs are found throughout the region. They add to the storybook charm of the area. We also really enjoyed the food. The local food reflects the region's mixed French and German heritage. The most classic regional dish is choucroute garni, warm sauerkraut served with sausages, ham, and other meats. Another is a potato dish, thinly sliced potatoes layered with onions, butter, and herbs, served with bacon or smoked pork. As you can see, we really enjoyed these meals. We explored every street of this small village. Even during the busy hours of the day, the streets are lively, but rarely feel rushed. Here is a quick highlight. Just above the village sit the ruins of the 3 castles of Eguisheim. Local traditions say Pope Leo IX, one of the most influential medieval popes, was born at the castle around 1002. The ruins can be visited without admission. They are a popular stop for hikers on the 5 Castles Trail. The Alsace region is considered one of France's most scenic places for hot air balloon flights. It's one of the region's signature experiences. Early in the morning and in the evening, it's common to see hot air balloons decorating the landscape. Nine miles or 14 kilometers north of Colmar, we have Riquewihr, the town frozen in time. It looks almost exactly like it did in the 1500s. This is Riquewihr's greatest claim. Riquewihr is a small fortified wine village nestled between the vineyards. There are around 1,000 residents living inside the intact defensive town walls. This is the third most visited town in Alsace. Rue du Général de Gaulle is the heart of the medieval village and one of the most picturesque streets in Alsace. It slopes up as you walk through the town. Riquewihr is especially beautiful because of its setting. Just a short walk up, you can stroll the vineyards high above the village. This gives you the classic postcard view. There are many other towns you can explore throughout Alsace. There is no shortage of beautiful main streets, castle ruins, rivers, and vineyards. Now that you have seen what makes Colmar and the Alsace region one of the most magical regions in Europe, it's time to rank it.
I added Colmar to our list of cities to visit in Europe pretty early on. When researching Europe, it comes up pretty often in the top 10, and if you research France, it's usually city number 2 or 3 after Paris. The place is very, very colorful. All the towns have very pretty buildings, very pretty streets, but the place we stayed in, right off the square, it was so neat to stay there when all the crowds have left, and we were really the only ones outside exploring. And it makes you feel like you're part of a different era, like you're part of a fairy tale or something.
Very surprising to see the storks and how huge they are and how they're somehow have nests on top of the roofs.
We explored every square inch of that village and it was so pretty. It's so neat to walk around there when there's nobody there.
I particularly really enjoyed all of the entryways for the houses. There's people still living there. And the entry and doors are so short. Like I had the kids stand there right by the door and it's the height of our kids. So I'm not sure what that's about, but it was really cool because they're very charming and beautiful. The food was so delicious and it was interesting to have sauerkraut that was hot. Usually you eat sauerkraut here in the US and it's cold. This was literally hot and it was quite a pleasant surprise. It was delicious.
So where does this rank? We rank Colmar right above Barcelona, specifically because this is somewhere we would like to come back to. When I spoke to the owner of the Airbnb where we stayed, she mentioned that around Christmas, it's actually more magical and more beautiful than during the summer. We would really like to go back and experience that and see how it compares and how we like it versus Quebec City, which was rated one of the most beautiful cities in the wintertime. Something else about the region is this is a place where you could come on a vacation. Besides the sightseeing, the atmosphere, the environment, it's very relaxing. Place you could come to actually rest as well. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to support our journey, subscribe or join our Patreon community. And the next city we'll be visiting is considered to be the best preserved medieval city in Europe.
Until next time, as we journey across the real coast to coast.